Okay.
You already know. Period.
Welcome back to Commish Reviews, the queen of reality TV. And of course, I have my girl on here, the queen of all the things, Ms. Nia. I am so happy to have you here again. Okay. She's like friend to the show. Y'all know who that is. But man, when I tell you, I was so excited to see her on this season of Pat's conversation, just watching her, just whatever. It just was, I was so excited. I first want to ask you this. Getting on this season, what was that like for you?
I mean, honestly, at this point in my life, it's just surreal because,
Mm.
I wasn't, sorry, I'm gonna put on a little lipstick because I know my
You
lip
good, you
color is
good.
here. I
I just
was
put some
food
guys on
blogging today,
myself.
so I'm like, and I literally just came out of a food coma. I had
Oh,
four
really?
lobster rolls,
Oh my God. With garlic butter?
girl, with the truffle butter and
Oh,
freaking lobster bisque and a lobster grilled cheese and calamari shrimp. It was
yes.
insane.
I'll probably be asleep right now.
But no, so it was surreal because number one, just like when I went on what was that? World Champs
Mhm.
and even All Stars, like whenever I was there, like, TJ's like, this is the creme de la creme, this is the champions, the winners, the whatever.
Right.
I'm looking around like,
You're so stupid.
I ain't did none of that. But you know what? When God opens the door, you got to walk through it.
Right.
So
Right.
that is what I will continue to do. If I have the space and opportunity to do another one,
Period.
because it's not always easy to leave my job, which I love so much as
Yes.
a
Talk
flight
about it.
attendant, and so it just depends. It has to be like a perfect storm for me to be able to pick up and leave like that.
Let me ask you about your strategy because you kind of grown up. What I mean by that, I mean the challenge grow up, whatever how they say it. So you kind of can say you could control what strategy you want to do. Opposed to when you first came on there, like I don't know what's going on. Like this time, I feel like your social game was like people was like, oh, she's this, she that. I was like, baby, she was beating people that had been doing this for a long time. So no, you're not watching. Her social game was on point. So give me your thoughts about that, please.
So that's really all I had. I knew when I got to the hotel, I was like, damn. Like I was looking at the
Mm,
competition, and I'm like, yeah, you need to just keep your bags packed because they had Emily Strom, Rachel, Tori,
yes.
Laurel, Aviv, freaking Cara Maria.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, there was like no slouches on any era, and then you have
Right.
era four that was stacked. Like it was just insane competition wise. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be the fittest and the strongest and the best at these dailies. I know that, like I'm a realist. So I need to get in where I can fit in. And my strategy was just to, you know, be friends with people in the house and like make genuine connections. And so that is what I did.
Let's talk about it because it was a showmance and things, of course. Also, I feel like when I say that you stacked up socially, it's like you was floating. I was like, she was like so smart. I don't care what nobody said. No one has done this. When you have the showmance and you have the vacation, who were the biggest threat. She was tied in so well, she didn't have to do anything. I'm sorry. So, was it done on purpose, or was that like it just kind of happened that way organically?
No, I don't do any, like that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I like when you say social strategy, my social strategy was be somebody that people want to be around and just
Mm,
like have fun, be your authentic self. Like that's genuinely really the only card I had to play. I couldn't offer anybody anything in terms of
mm,
I owe
right.
you or I can do this for you or I'm gonna win tomorrow. So I got you. Like I already knew I wasn't gonna be able to do any of that. So I was like, I'm gonna
Mm.
just be a vibe and have a good time. And hopefully that is of value to some people in this house.
So I will say that Kylan is one of my faves. Not mean just even just one of my faves. I've interviewed him more than one time as well, but I just always thought he was underrated for a long time, and so this season is extremely. Oh my god, and that season as well. I was so proud of Kylan. So to see you guys interacting was like my two favorites. I'm like so excited about the situations. I think you both are very astute individuals. So just outside of everybody being so dramatic about everything, just as a person, it seemed like you were rooting for him just as a person. Like I was just noticing the comments you would make, like, I just want to see him win. And I was like, where did that come into play? Was it because you watched him outside of this, or it's because you got to know him and you got to that place?
No, I didn't know him or anything about him, or even Josh prior to going on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of got to know each other like in the house, as you guys could see.
Right.
But I mean, I was genuinely rooting for him because I mean, I'm rooting for everybody. Like, I'm one
Right.
of those people where it's like, it didn't matter to me who won in the end. It was more so like, I want a good person to win. I want someone who's earned it and earned it in a fair, honest way to win. I always want to see my people do well. So,
Right.
I mean, that
Period.
really was kind of like the basis of it. It's like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
we haven't seen a black guy or black girl win one of these in a really long time.
This
I
is
mean,
true.
other than Desi
Yeah.
as of recent. And so I was like, yeah, I'm always gonna root for everybody black.
Better on black, period. I'm always gonna bet on black. But I feel
Yeah.
like also too, Josh, social game also stepped in this season. I was like, if y'all was to do this again, would you ever think about working with him socially?
Wait,
Because he
hold,
went
I'm
pretty
listening. I'm listening.
no, you're good. He went pretty far as well because of his social game. And I feel like I kind of did similar using, your skills, people or didn't know, the people that want to just talk to you. Let's say he played both sides. I feel like you guys can really be a power, not say power couple, but just like a power alliance in the future.
I mean, you know what? Like me and Josh are like really friends,
Mhm,
and I just feel like it's kind of a no-brainer that you try to look out for your friends in the game.
mhm,
So,
mhm, mhm.
I think that would naturally happen in the future, possibly. But I mean, there's no promises. Like I don't go into the game just assuming something is going to be a certain way because we're cool outside of the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have to communicate those things, and you have to have those conversations to make sure that what you think is on the table or not on the table is established from before the game even starts.
I kind of feel like you really stayed out of the drama. I mean, drama was a lot in this house. I was like, Jesus Christ. But you really stayed out of it. Even when Johnny called you after 2 seconds, I was like, why is he calling her out? She didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
You I was like, she didn't. I was just like, he's supposed to say her name. And you just was like, what happened? And I kept looking back saying, did she do anything? I was like, where did he come from with that, honestly? Because I still don't know. Not
Wait,
even
who?
Johnny Bananas was like, Naya, when he called you out, when he, being tagged and everything, I was like, why did he call Naya's name out just because of what? Like, you had nothing to do with, he was so angry that episode anyway, but I'm just saying, because,
Oh, he didn't. Hold on. I left my freezer open. This thing is
you
going to
could,
keep beeping. Hold on a second.
okay. He was so angry on that episode, and he was just blaming all the women that wasn't an angel.
No, I think what had happened there was he was basically letting me know that Jordan wasn't protecting me in the game because he knew that I thought that he was. I was like, oh, I thought Jordan would like, look out for me. But he
Yeah.
was like, no, girl, he's actually not. And I was like, damn. So like he really wasn't throwing shade at me. He kind of was just like, oh sis, you're
You
cooler in
good.
this game than you really
Mm,
are. Like the
mm.
people that you think are protecting you, all of them are not.
The whole thing with Jordan was really rough to watch because I saw y'all relationship build, especially just in the older episodes, older seasons. I was just like, that was messed up. That was, because like he also can say what he wants to say. Your social game was better than his in this season. His relationships
Hell
was
no.
none. I'm saying
Jordan had a
no, no, no,
phenomenal
no.
social game.
He does. But what I'm saying is that most of his social game in this season was based upon his relationships. He kind of was laying low. He really wasn't doing a lot this season. I feel like that for him to put you so low is like underestimating what you could bring to the table. Maybe not the
Nah,
physical
listen,
part.
sis, I fuck with you for fucking with me, but I'm gonna be honest. This show is about getting a big bag of money, and you want to be paired in a final with the best of the best.
Okay.
Period. It's not
Okay.
about friendships. It's not about I like you. It's not about whatever.
No,
I
no, no,
understood what
no.
time
I
it was.
mean, the social. Okay, so at most beginning of the TV show, reality show. I always say if I ever get on, I have my own strategy set up. That in the beginning, I know I have to have the social people who are really social in the beginning because it's not going to be based upon automatically the physical stuff on most shows that I review. Now, the middle to the end, yes, I would have the Tories, the whatever. I'm saying in the very beginning of any reality TV show, you have to have the social name, get to know you, da da da. And if you're not, you gotta have those people in your corner who have a lot of people, and they little crew or whatever to help you get along to the middle to the end. Then yes, after that, everybody gotta have the meat potatoes, the Tories, like I said, all the ones that got the muscle to do they gotta do. Yeah, I get that. I just felt in the beginning you did help. That's all I'm saying. But I get what you're saying, the whole picture. And yes, I forgot what you deep, yes. But I'm gonna tell
I mean,
you,
listen,
you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying
I,
about the social game part?
Yeah, but you know what? It's just like because I can look at this all in hindsight now. That's why everybody was expecting me to like get mad and blow up on Jordan for like
No,
lying to me or
I
whatever. I'm
didn't.
like, no, like I mean, it
Mm-mm.
is what it is. Like I would have liked him to tell me the truth. That would have been nice, but he was keeping a poker face for the game because you don't know the outcome, and I get all that. But um, when you think about ranking, like seniority,
Yeah.
Tori's always going to be over me.
Oh yes.
And then I learned the depth of him and Laurel's relationship. I didn't know they even dated, so
I didn't
she's
know either.
definitely going to be over me.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think like Laurel and Jordan have been tighter for longer than he and I have because
Hmm.
initially we had I tried to kill that man,
Right.
and
Right.
so then okay, so those are two people that he's tied to by loyalty. Now you got to
Mhm.
think about who would he want to run a final with, and then you have to think
Mm.
about players like uh Rachel, possibly Aviv. So that's already four women that I know are ahead of me. But because I wasn't paying attention, I just
Ah,
was comfortable. I just was like, well, Jordan's not
gotcha.
going to vote me in. And I knew I just was like, I hope he wouldn't vote me in. Like, there's plenty of other people he could vote in before me, right? But I
Hmm.
don't know. I wasn't really banking on that. And also because we were on the same team, I
Mm.
kind of felt
Interesting.
like, well, he's not going to vote me in. He needs, I mean, whether he thinks I suck or not,
Right.
the more players on your team, the better. So,
I
you know,
understand that point too. Got you. Being comfortable and everything else. Because at the end of the day, I didn't expect you to get mad about it either because it's a game. When I look at these things, the decision people make is because it's a game. It's not personal. So no, I didn't
no.
think you were gonna get upset about it. I didn't. I just felt like he was just playing the best game for Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So not a betrayal, but like you said, wish you would have said something or whatever. Besides the social game, what other things you think that you have as far as because regardless of what you say, you kind of down it a little bit, but you are in the top. To be where you are in this season, it means something. So, what do you think it is besides that? Besides, as far as a social game that you bring to the table with these great people, because you do.
Mm, I would just say definitely my social game. I mean, just because I'm not the fastest or the best swimmer or can climb the highest or whatever, like I'm still randomly good at a lot of things. And I'm a
Hmm.
beast in eliminations. Like,
Oh my
that's
god,
just I would say that out of all the people in the house, I was probably the least afraid of the arena.
period. Come on now, that's I was waiting for you to say that. That's right.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with being down there in the sand with TJ because when you lose, you end up going down there. So me and Leroy, we used to be fucking up all the time.
Anissa was the queen of it too. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, look, if I'm going down again, I'm gonna win every time. That's all I'm saying. Every time I go to the sand, I'm going to kill it. Just go and calm me down there. It's all good. I feel like you build that reputation for yourself for being a beast. Doing that, that's also something good as far as the challenge. Everybody can't say that. There are some great people who've been playing really well, but when they get to the sand, they get sent home almost every time, and they never advance. So um, did you get any more build any more relationships, this season compared to before? Anybody that was new
Yeah,
that
of
you did? Okay,
course. I mean, as
yes.
you saw, like we formed a whole new little vacation alliance after the
It's
show.
very cute.
So, I'm very close with Olivia and Theo, and I'm just like so in awe of like their love story because I was there from the very beginning.
Yes, yes.
And obviously, I love me some Josh. He and I developed a really strong friendship,
Love that for
on the
you.
show and since the show. Um, Honestly, there really isn't anybody from that cast that I wouldn't kick it with, in real life. Like, I mean, every now and then, like, I'm really kind of a soloist. I don't like to like hang out with a bunch of people, but
Right.
I mean, everybody was just such a light and so amazing to be around. Like, I didn't have any issues, any drama, whatever. Like, shit, me and Laurel even had a really good time together. Her
Hmm.
and I 1-on-1. I really liked meeting Aviv. She was dope. I loved playing this
She's so
game
cute.
with Tori again. Like, actually being able to study her and watch the way she plays the game, the way she
Mm.
prepares, and she's a force. So it was just nice to have her on my team and as someone that I could kind of watch and model my own game after in the
Oh
future.
wow. I love that.
Um, Cara Maria, it was dope. The last time she and I played together was in a damn near 2-hour tug of war free agents like
Mm.
13 years ago.
Jesus.
It was dope just to see like all those like random people that I hadn't seen forever. Me and Avery, like it was such a full circle moment for us to be on the same team, and be able to be allies to each other. That was dope. So like, I mean, the whole house was a vibe. I would say this might have been my favorite challenge to be on.
My well, it's actually a favorite for a lot of people. It really was just it's just a fun, even with the little drama or whatever. It's just a fun season. It's funny to say that about Laura because I swear they are giving her slings and arrows, baby. Slings and arrows on Twitter, Polar Laura. So it's nice to hear somebody say something positive about her because a lot of it is not nice. It's kind of negative. And I
Well,
know there's
the
other
thing
sides to it
is,
as well.
you know what? I have love for Laurel because she has always had love for me,
Mm-hmm.
but I could still, in the same breath, say some of the shit that she's done is fucked up, or that
Right.
she's, and even if she was justified in responding or to someone or defending herself, she usually just goes too far. And I can say that, and because it's coming from a place of love. It's like Laurel is one of the biggest powerhouses that this game has ever seen, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be so unfortunate if all that people talk about when she's done is this negative bullshit that's been surrounding her name as of recent. I don't want that for her. Like, I want her legacy to be what she's built it to be, and that's to be a badass who, sends bitches home left and right
Yep.
and does it without even trying. Like, I want her to be known for her powers, her powers for good, not her powers for evil. So I'm
Yeah,
rooting for
but
her. Like, I really do like want, I don't think her and Cara should ever be friends again.
oh
They
dear
should just
God.
they should let that go. But
Yes.
I hope that they can get to a healthy place and actually just have genuine respect for each other, some sort of cordiality or whatever. I don't even know. Is that a word?
No, we just made it one just now. So the last time we talked, I know that you spoke about, and I don't remember missing say this about the vaping and how it affected you personally. And I played that clip a lot of times where I was like, she really spoke on this at the time. It had recently happened when we did our interview. So you really was, really pouring in. So I just want to know, is there any updates? I know you were doing some talking about it publicly and everything else that you've done since the last time we spoke about it. I know you're an advocate of not using it.
is, is there any? You said, is there any way I went back to it?
No, no, is there anything new? Any updates since last time? I know you was telling me you were
Oh,
going to do some public speaking, some other things, but at the time you was in beginning stages of that.
yeah. I mean, I still deal with random panic attacks, and I take medication for that. Um, it's one of those things. It's just a consequence of poor choices I made. I believe it was attributed to the vape. I mean, my doctors believe it was too, with the blood clots. Because the panic attacks, a lot of the symptoms mirror the symptoms I had when I was hospitalized for the blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my therapist thinks it's a PTSD response,
Mm-hmm.
and it just comes out of nowhere, which is the most fucked up part. It's like
Oh
I
wow!
could be totally happy, calm, and like having the best day ever, and that shit'll just,
Right. Mm.
and it's debilitating. I mean, a lot of times I have to just go to the hospital because
Oh wow!
the feeling is so intense that it feels like I'm having a heart attack. And so I have to just like kind of get to a place where I can be calm,
Mm-hmm.
because like I kept getting, like earlier this year, I kept getting CT scan after CT scan after CT scan after CT scan after X-ray, because I was certain, I was like, something's happening to my body, like I'm dying. Like it was terrifying. And I was racking up all these hospital bills, and every single time they're like, we can't find anything, like it's just the panic. I'm like, okay. So I
Wow.
finally, got on medication for it, which, has been, I would say, really helpful. I probably
Mm-hmm.
need to do some deeper, more holistic approaches, like
Right.
meditation and like deep trauma therapy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? God is good.
Yes.
And, I am claiming perfect health, and I am speaking that over my life. So,
Period.
just one day at a time. But I just always encourage people, I'm like, y'all do not ever want to be in a position that I'm in.
That's scary. Even when you told me
Yeah.
the story the first time it happened, I was just like, I had no idea. It was very, very scary.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got? Coming up the next what? We got 1 more month left in this year. What you got coming up? Or is there anything you can't
Girl,
say?
I'm gonna be taking some little trips now.
I know that you're gonna be traveling. Period. I already know that. It's gonna be holiday
Hmm.
travels and all kind of goody goodies. So
Yep.
the vlogging that you're doing with your food. Um, are you gonna become like the next Keith? I'm just saying because you really are
Nope.
like
Respect to him, but I don't really like what he does.
okay.
I think he does a lot of good,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think he does a lot of good, and he's very generous with the money that he's now, the resources and the success that he's had. He's very
Right.
generous to people. However, there's power in tongue, and he has a lot of influence. And so for
Hmm.
me, I'm like I don't consider myself a food blogger or a food
Okay.
reviewer. I am a food enthusiast, meaning
Okay.
everything that I take the time to film, edit, and post on my page, it's dope as fuck.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like, why am I gonna waste time to tell you that something is bad? Like,
Oh.
I don't believe in picking apart restaurants and businesses, because food is art, and
Mm,
who are we to interpret someone's food as good or bad or quality? And
intriguing.
that's and also, he's so influential that when he gives these unsavory reviews, some of these businesses be having to shut down. I just don't believe in doing that.
That's yeah, I've heard
Like,
about
if
that.
they're doing something
That's
that you
crazy.
don't like, you could kindly tell them off camera. Like, you don't need to broadcast it to the world, because also your palate and your personal palate and your opinion. It's not
Oh my
a
God, I
reflection
love
of what
that.
everybody likes.
I
So I
love
don't know. I
that.
mean, I get, like, his intentions are coming from the right place, but I think it's so ignorant and blasphemous for people to be going around saying this isn't good. It's like, I don't like everything that other people eat. That
Right.
doesn't make it not good.
Yes, to your palate. I just never thought about it in that direction until you said that. That's intriguing. Wow. He does stuff that I'm not really crazy about. I'm a blogger as well, and I know that I voice my opinion a lot, and sometimes people don't like it. Well, a lot of people don't like it, but shutting business down, stuff like that, I don't approve of that. Some people money down their coin.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, it's
can't.
not
I
cool.
couldn't sleep at night. I could not. And then here's the thing. Like, one thing about it. I I got to toot my own horn on this. I am a. I haven't met anybody who is as good at me at eyeballing good food. Like, I
Mm,
know exactly what something's gonna taste like
mhm.
before I even put it in my mouth, before I
Wow,
even get to the
interesting.
restaurant. I'm
Hmm.
so dope with my research strategy. Like, when I look up a restaurant,
Right.
I go to the geotag and I look at what other people posted, not the pictures that are on their Instagram, because those are their best photos that they took with a professional
Right,
camera.
true,
I go to
true.
the geotag and look at what random people who ate there took a picture of.
That
That's
can
what I see.
Yelp.
So I be looking, I'm like, that's
Okay.
the real plate. So I already
Mm.
know if I'm fucking with something before I even get there, and before I don't even show up, if I don't already have a hunch that it's going to be delicious. And I'll be honest, there's, out of the hundreds of places I've been, there's probably been two that I was like, yeah, this ain't
It's
hitting no
nasty.
shit. I'm really
Hmm.
that nice at it. Like, I'm so good at being able to identify, like, what's going to be good. And it's just because I'm such a food whore. Like,
Well, he
I
needs
just
to be
love
training his
food. So,
palate
like,
then. I said
yeah.
maybe he needs to train his palate better. I don't know if
Well,
so.
no, it's not even the palate; it's the eyes. Like, I can look at, like, I study food. Food is
Mm,
my biggest
food
passion. So it's like
connoisseur.
I can
Okay.
see it in a way that most people really don't look at food. So
Okay.
I can tell.
Mm.
And that's why it's like I go to a lot of places. Yeah, they offer the meal for free, but sometimes I just buy it because I'm just like,
You supporting?
I want to
Oh, okay.
support. Like, I really want to
Yes.
support. Little guys, and um.
Who made the best food, by the way? Hmm.
hmm,
Who made the best food? Like if you're in Dallas and you go to like a mom and pop shop, something in the corner looks crazy, but the food be fire. You be like, oh my god, I can't believe they came out of that little, say so.
Right,
I
right,
do, I
right.
do agree. Or Louisiana, even saying there might be a tore up looking roof. I swear, when
No,
you
but
go in there,
that's
the
what.
best
Listen,
gumbo, you be
I
like,
love
this
a
is
hole in the wall.
everything, everything. Yeah, me too, me
Yep.
too. And best music as well. Best
I,
music. Everything is the people in there super cool. The drinks be like $2. Get toe up. Yeah, I agree. Mama, thank you for your time as usual to come on my platform and speak about your journey. For me, it's
we
like,
got like we got like 5 minutes left. You got more
girl,
questions? He
she's
said,
such
"Girl, bye."
she is the most genuine. Like I was talking about you with someone, I was like, I've been rocking with her. I just love her personality. She keeps it all the way real.
I love you too.
But let me tell you something. When you be on that sand, your face is so different. Like the last time I saw you, you have like a look like this is like some serious shit about to happen. Like you just have like a whole vibe. It's just like,
Oh, listen, somebody got to do a montage of my facial expressions on this season, because, like, I was looking lost as hell and
oh.
stressed out in every scene. Like, when we're at the challenge, I was looking crazy as hell.
Well, Jay, but what when Jay Bananas called your name when he said the people he was the women he called out Michelle and he called you was like he did that for
Oh,
you
I
just say
said, remember, did you see? I used that Nene Leakes line. I said, "Now, why am I in it?" They was cracking up when
oh
I
my
said that
god,
shit. It was so
oh my
funny.
god, I forgot all about that. Jesus Christ! All right, Mama, I am for to go. Good Lord, my stomach. You
Okay.
know what I'm
I
saying?
love you. Thank you for taking time to powwow with me, and we can always get back on one of these and chop it up
Period,
and
yes,
spill
ma'am.
some tea.
Y'all follow Nia. See her food enthusiasm is. I just made a word too.
The real Nia Moore.
On her Instagram and see what she posted because she's gonna do more of that now and traveling all her things. So once again, thank you, Mama, for coming on. You are all the things and things. Love you. Why is my thing not working? But here we go. I'm sorry. There we go. She gets the ball and all the things and give you like. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.